Look what sick liberals are doing now to protect Muslim cop who murdered innocent white women. Minnesota let a Somalian Muslim join the police force and he senselessly murdered a woman for no reason. This is how the Muslim police officer protects and serves his force, his country, his people. We have a woman who was pointlessly murdered and the liberals are more concerned with the potential for Islamophobia than they are for understanding why this degenerate Muslim randomly and unnecessarily shot a woman. Here is a brief background of what happened. Justine Damon, aka Justine Ruzchik, 40, called the police to report a possible assault in an alley near her home. The police arrived in a cruiser containing the alleged murderer Officer Noor, and his partner Officer Harity. Harity was in the driver's seat and Noor in the passenger seat. Damon approached the driver's side window while dressed in her pajamas and began talking to the police officers. She was likely explaining what happened or what she heard, saw. That's when Officer Noor discharged his weapon, shooting across his partner in the driver's seat, and striking Damon in the abdomen. The Somalian cop literally shot across his partner's body and out the opposite window of the car to kill the woman who called for help. She had no weapon and no one really knows why he shot her. Both officers provided medical attention, but Damon passed away on the scene of the shooting. There are reports that suggest Noor may have been startled by a sound he heard near the squad car and that was when Justine Damon appeared and he fired at her. However, that's quite a conflict because other reports suggest that she had already engaged in conversation with Officer Harity. There lies a problem that needs to be figured out. After a Somali police officer in Minneapolis shot dead 40-year-old Australian Justine Damon in what appears to be a senseless murder, the Washington Post's primary concern was to fret about Islamophobia and a backlash against the Somali community. Yoga teacher Damon was gunned down by Somali-American police officer Mohammed Noor after she called the police to report a crime on Saturday night near her upscale Minneapolis home. Details about the shooting are scarce because both officers involved in the incident claim they did not have their body cameras recording at the time. Damon, who was set to marry her American fiancé Don Damon next month, was in her pajamas talking to Noor's colleague on the driver's side of the police vehicle before Noor leaned over from the passenger side and shot Damon multiple times. Noor was already under investigation for violently forcing a woman to the hospital and 2 other complaints had been made about him. He was previously celebrated as a poster child of multiculturalism after becoming the first Somali to join the Minnesota police force. Despite being under numerous different investigations, the Post pushes the narrative that Noor was a role model for multiculturalism and Muslim integration. The tone of the piece is similar to those we see after every single terror attack in Europe, where worries about hurt feelings are placed above concerns about people literally being blown up by Islamic terrorists. Officer Noor already had complaints against him, one involving alleged violence towards a woman. His violent complaint is stated that he forced a woman to go to the hospital, but if it helped her, then I wouldn't call that a complaint. That would be a good thing. However, if the woman was not in need of medical services, but he forced her to go anyway, then that's an issue. We don't have details of the complaints and cannot accurately report further on them without proper information. Some liberals seem more worried about the potential for a backlash towards Somalians and Muslims, and less interested in how and why Damon, an Australian yoga enthusiast, and bride-to-be, was literally murdered for no reason. That's completely ridiculous and the only important aspect is learning what really happened and why Noor truly killed the woman. Is there a secret that lies within? So far the majority of the backlash has been a desire for justice for Damon and punishment for Noor. There has not been riots, neighborhoods burned down, or anything of the sort. People are reacting like responsible adults. But the liberals don't care. They're only worried about the backlash towards a religion that is known to dislike American values. People have every right to be angered whenever an innocent person is murdered for no reason. Keywords being innocent person, not criminal. If there is a backlash, then so be it. Be glad the people who are angry aren't burning down a neighborhood like they did in Ferguson or other cities. Verbal tirades as a means of backlash are fine. Go for it. Speak your minds. Show your anger, just don't burn anything down like those Black Lives Matter rioters. Hopefully, the truth is unraveled and justice for Justine Damon is served. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.